Good morning, friends, and happy Monday. Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Ocasio-Cortez want Democratic lawmakers to increase the price tag for Biden's Build Back Better plan, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is struggling to pass the new bills through the Senate. Here's today's fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. Please, friends, make sure to watch until the end of this video to learn how to enter this Friday's $100 Walmart gift card giveaway. Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez slammed Democratic lawmakers who held up the passage of the Build Back Better Act by demanding to see analysis on how it would impact the budget deficit. The House passed President Joe Biden's $1.2 trillion infrastructure package with the support of 13 Republicans. 6 progressive Democrats, including Ocasio-Cortez, voted against approving the bill. It came after a deal was reached for the progressives to back the infrastructure bill, which they had held for months, in an effort to push moderates to back the bigger social safety net and climate bill. If moderates agreed to back the Build Back Better Act after a cost estimate from the Congressional Budget Office. The vote on the Build Back Better Act was postponed to later this month, after 5 moderate Democrats demanded to see analysis on the bill's long-term impacts on the budget deficit. They ultimately agreed to back the Build Back Better Act by the week of November 15th, if the Congressional Budget Office's estimate is consistent with the cost projected by the White House. According to a statement from a few House representatives, if the fiscal estimates on the bill raises issue, we can remain committed to working to resolve any discrepancies to pass Build Back Better legislation. In a statement hailing the passage of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, President Biden stated, "The Build Back Better Act would be a once-in-a-generation investment in our people." Biden also stated it will lower bills for healthcare, childcare, elder care, prescription drugs, and preschool. And middle-class families get a tax cut.
And now, with President Biden and his administration rejoining the agreement, the U.S. government is once again engaged and prepared to take a leadership role. And everybody who's been watching John Kerry run around here knows that we take that role seriously. As the world's second largest emitter of greenhouse gases, the U.S. has to lead. We have enormous responsibilities. And obviously, we still have a lot of work to do. But last week, Congress passed President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill that will, among other things, create jobs manufacturing solar panels and wind turbines and batteries and electric vehicles, and build out the first ever national network of charging stations so families can travel across the U.S. in electric vehicles. And I'm confident that a version of President Biden's Build Back Better bill will pass through Congress in the coming next few weeks. And here's what it will mean when that bill does pass. That legislation will devote over $500 billion to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by over 1 billion metric tons by the end of the decade, at least 10 times more than any legislation previously passed by Congress. Along the way, it will reduce consumer energy costs, it will invest in a clean energy economy, it will create hundreds of thousands of jobs, and it will set the United States on course to meet its new climate targets, achieving a 50 to 52% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions below 2005 levels by 2030. So the U.S. is back. And in moving more boldly, the U.S. is not alone. Earlier this year, the UK government, our hosts, announced a plan to cut emissions by almost 80% by 2035. This summer, the European Union put themselves on a path to carbon neutrality by 2050. Korea passed a carbon neutrality act in September that requires the government to cut greenhouse gas emissions 35% or more by 2030. The Canadian government has laid out a path to carbon neutrality by 2050 with milestones to hit along the way.
This bill is also fiscally responsible, fully paid for, and doesn't raise a deficit. It does so by making sure the wealthiest Americans and biggest corporations begin to pay their fair share, and does not raise taxes on a single cent on anyone making less than $400,000 per year. I look forward to signing both of these new bills into law. So friends, what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Friends, the key word for this video is thankful. If you would like to enter this Friday's 3 $100 Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure you click and like my videos, make sure that you comment below today's keyword, and also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, friends. While polls broadly suggest Americans support the infrastructure package, some indicate the nation is still not certain what's in it. About half of the adults surveyed in a poll said they favor the infrastructure bill, but a little over a quarter said they weren't sure about it. So in an effort to correct past messaging mistakes, the White House is planning an aggressive sales campaign for the infrastructure bill, with President Biden planning trips across the United States to speak about the impacts of the legislation. The Biden administration is also deploying the heads of the Transportation, Energy, Interior, and Commerce departments, as well as the Environmental Protection Agency administrator and top White House aides, to speak about the bill on the national and local media. They're putting out explainers across the department's digital platforms to help Americans better understand what's in the bill. President Biden insisted that Americans could start to see the effects of the infrastructure bill in as little as 2 or 3 months. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg made the rounds promising that some projects are just waiting for funding, like investments in new electric vehicle chargers, and efforts to reconnect communities divided by highways will take much longer. Pete Buttigieg told reporters that Biden's infrastructure bill is about both the short term and the long term. So friends, do you fully support President Biden's infrastructure bill? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Following the infrastructure vote, House Democrats also passed a rule to establish debate and set up a final passage for the Build Back Better spending bill that houses most of their long-term priorities. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said, "To craft and pass this bill, choices had to be made, and we see it's big. It's transformative. It's historic, so it will be challenging, and different members will have different views of how we go about prioritizing and the rest. We cannot and will not miss an opportunity to build back better for women, for children, for the people." So that's the end of the video, friends, for this morning. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And to say thank you, I am giving away 3 Walmart gift cards this coming Friday. If you would like to enter my giveaway, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like my videos, and also comment below the keyword. Thank you so much, friends, and have a very blessed week.